Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, March 19th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here, as they're called, represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, we will take a look at ADTX, big mover today, and it's had itself a bit of a pullback, but within the pullback, there's a pretty well-defined trend line that you got to think a lot of people are probably keeping an eye on. And I suppose you don't know this for sure because there is no such thing as a guarantee, but I think it's plausible to say that there's a lot of people very curious about that trend line or something very similar, just basically illustrating the fact that yes, the price has been pulling back. So if there's going to be any sort of turnaround, where may the turnaround point be? And that's where I think a lot of people are going to use that resistance line. So while there are no guarantees, is it valid? Is it plausible to think that if the price comes up here and breaks up through that level, that break in of itself could create additional buying pressure? I think that is at least a plausible conclusion. So if you are someone that likes to play, potential reversals via breakouts, that's a very interesting set of circumstances right there. In terms of areas of support, we have this purple line right here, the 50-period moving average, which you can see is actually already acted as support right there. And then if we use that as a lower part of a or if we use that as basically a trend line in a sense, then what we can draw here, so let's keep it one color. So there's our resistance. Already talked about that trend line. Again, this is a moving average, but again, if we use that as a trend line and draw it like that, and then if we draw the move up like that to represent the bigger move, and then for you golfers out there trying to make a little bit more visual, put the golf hole down here. What we have here is a bull pennant pattern. Now, just because something's bullish does not mean for sure guaranteed it's going to go upwards. But again, it goes back to the whole idea of, would it be shocking if the price came up here and broke there and then got more upside pressure? No, that'd just be a bull pennant breakout. So if you like bull pennants, certainly keep an eye on it. Next one here, taking a look at LCID, and same exact idea of what I just talked about. So I'm going to go through this one a little quicker. I'd like to respect your time as much as possible. So generally speaking, maybe you wouldn't draw the exact same trend line, but like I said, just trying to illustrate there is a pullback. And then at the same time, we have this lower part of the pattern. So change that to green to represent the support here. And then again, just to keep it the same color and hopefully help you see it a little bit easier. So there is our resistance area. There is our support. And then we have the nice upwards move right there. So again, you could call this a bull pennant. You could call it a bull flag. But the psychology is the same. Psychology being there was a very nice move up. Now there's a bit of a pullback. So will this pullback ultimately lead to a break to the upside? And that's the whole idea of the current pattern. So right here we have ourselves another bull pennant, bull flag. But if you like these sorts of setups, you definitely have some choices here headed into Wednesday. Next one here, taking a look at LITM. And once again, yeah, you guessed it, we have ourselves another bull pennant formation. So we have the pullback here. We have the lower trend line down here. So this one doesn't look exactly, but same general idea. And then just because I can't help myself, let's make it all one color to make sure everybody sees it. So we have our resistance. We have our support. We have the nice upwards move there. We have the golf hole down here. So there's the bull pennant. Again, they're not all going to look the exact same, but it's all about the psychology. Big move up. Consolidation. Now is there going to be a break to the upside? So like I said, I want to respect your time, so we'll keep moving. But I'd say the biggest difference on this one is this one happens to be a penny stock. So maybe you only trade penny stocks, but you like bull pennants, so here you go. Next one here, looking at QBTS. And overall, this one finally did not put in a higher high. So this thing, one day after another was higher highs, higher highs. Finally did not do that here, and we have a bit of a pullback. But again, big picture-wise, everything is still perfectly fine. Let me make that stand out a little bit differently there. So sure, it did not push up through the $12 mark, which was the area of resistance I talked about in yesterday's video. But unfortunately, nothing can go straight up every single day. Nothing's going to put in new highs every single day. So overall, though, everything is still perfectly fine. You can see here these lows keep getting higher and higher. That's the name of the game. That's what you want to see. And that's what has been occurring. So big picture-wise, everything. Now, I should note, if you're a day trader and you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within, 14 minutes, well then, yes, from that standpoint, things are looking a little shaky. But assuming you do care about the bigger picture of things, with the overall uptrend here, everything is still perfectly fine. Next one here, NVDA, and not the greatest day. Not necessarily because it was red, but just the way the day played out. I mean, this recovery here, which was fantastic, and not that it had to keep going up, but on this pullback here, had it leveled out somewhere around here, I'd have a lot more confidence in it. But with the way the price has continued to drop, again, that still doesn't guarantee anything per se. but it does make things look a little bit shaky. And in my opinion, why this level here as support, let me change it to green for support, headed into tomorrow, very, very important right here around 114.50. Because if the price does come down there and then breaks down below it, now all of a sudden you've pretty much given back quite a bit of gains. And again, that doesn't, that's not a nail in a coffin per se, but in my opinion, it really starts to change the outlook of the chart and change around a couple key components and makes things look a bit sketchy. And then in terms of areas of resistance, yeah, you still do have that overarching one, but we now officially have a new kind of downtrending trend line in play. So again, try to make it look a little bit different to watch moving forward. But yeah, as right now, NVIDIA is looking pretty shaky. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering later on in the week. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description area, or if you're watching right at my website, there's an area on the webpage that you can use to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free webinar. Next one here, QUBT, and overall, like these other ones, a bit of a pullback here, but overall from a trend building standpoint, higher highs and higher lows, and it's really as straightforward as that. That is the name of the game, and that's what's going to ultimately matter most. So in the very near term, in terms of, hey Clay, what makes this chart look the absolute strongest? If the price can maintain that trajectory right there, like I said, I think that would make things look very, very impressive. But if the price does not and the price falls below that area, then just keep an eye on the support side of things, that purple line there, 50 period, simple moving average, keyword there being moving. So as time goes by, that line is just going to move itself higher and higher. So as long as the price stays above that moving average as the line itself moves higher and higher, then by definition, the price is building higher lows, and that's what an uptrend is all about. But yeah, again, if the price could somehow stay above that line right there, that would be very, very impressive sign of strength. And then in terms of areas of resistance, no need to overcomplicate this. Just ask yourself the very basic question, where did the party finally stop today? And the party stopped right up there at about $9.25. So no fancy reasoning behind that, other than the fact of that, you can see a few times here price to get up through that level. Couldn't quite do it, so let's just call it $9.25. But all in all, very nice looking uptrend. Next one, RGTI did this one yesterday, and this support level ultimately was broken. But as I talked about in that video, even if that support line was broken, not the end of the world, because you'd want to see, well, yeah, you guessed it, the purple line hold. And we have a perfect example of that right here. Came down there, beautiful bounce off it, came up, came back down, and then look, you can see right where the price started to find some support again. So far, so good. That purple line is indeed holding as support. And then nothing has changed in regards to the area of resistance. That trend line right there still holds true and is still going to be the level that you're going to want to see, eventually be broken, assuming you're bullish. But if you're bearish, then yeah, you're going to want to see that hold strong and continue to reject the price. In the event that purple line is broken, then from the support side of things, next key area you want to keep a close eye on would be down there right around that level of $9.85. But so far, so good. The price is respecting that purple line, so let's see if it can continue to do so over the next couple of days. Next one, TSLA Tesla, and yeah, a very rough day here, not because it was red, but because from a technical standpoint, look at where the price has entered back down into. So with the move down below that green line there, which was very important, the price is now down here. But if you match this up back here, you can see that the price has now gone right back to where it was. And as I've been saying in past videos, a price movement with genuine strength is not going to make a move up and then eventually go right back to where it started. It's going to at least maintain and show some progress. And that is where this level right there was so important. That was at least showing progress, because as long as the price was above there, you couldn't make the accusation, well, now the price has gone back to where it was. But with the price now back down below there, you can make that accusation. And from a bullish standpoint, it's not a good accusation, especially when it's true. The price has officially gone right back to where it was. So on that note, levels of support are broken. They tend to act as resistance. If there is any sort of attempted move back up, 233.50 will be that key area of resistance. And then the newest level of support, not new level, but very, very, very important level of support right down here around the 220 mark, just for the simple reasoning. If the price, and I'm not saying this will, but just for explanation, if the price were to come down there and then break down below it, now all of a sudden you are at new lows that have not been seen for a very, very, very long time, because that is where this downwards move finally, bottomed out before getting to move back upwards. But yes, 220, an extremely critical level for Tesla. Next one, SYRS. Pretty rough looking chart here. To think that at one point the price was all the way up here, and then I think some poor souls were buying right there. Then to see the bigger pullback here. But with the pullback, not the end of the world, because, and this does assume you care about the bigger picture standpoint. Yes, if you're a day trader and you bought right there, What I talk about here, you're not going to really care about. But from the bigger picture, the price is still up above the pink line there. 200 period moving average, which is important because if this level does ultimately hold, then you'd have a low, somewhere right around there. And then you compare that with the previous low right here. And if you envision these as stair-steps, and again, emphasis on big picture, from the big picture perspective, you'd still have progress being made in the upwards direction. So like I said, not the end of the world, assuming you care about the bigger picture because of this big pullback here. But also it's getting close to the point where, back to what we just talked about with Tesla. If the price comes back down and then breaks down through here, what do you have? Well, all of a sudden you have the price going back to where it was, which, as we discussed on Tesla, not exactly a sign of genuine strength. So the chart's hanging in there. It's still got a chance to build that higher base. So we'll see if the bulls can indeed get that done. In terms of areas of resistance, if this thing tries to curl back upwards, right here at about the 14-cent mark, going to be, at least in my opinion, a key level to try to push back through. But yeah, things are looking shaky, but there's still a chance for a higher low. Next one, NIO. Good solid move today, and this will mean a little bit more to those who have watched past videos, but if you have, hopefully remember me talking about that area right there as a key support level. Price fell back below it, did go into acting as resistance several times, which you would expect when levels of support are broken. They tend to act as resistance a whole lot more times. But now that the price is back above it, and you can see right there, it is now gone back to acting as a support. So moving forward, good solid move here. And if there is any more of a pullback, preferably speaking, you want to see the price stay above there, because for that same general idea, if the price falls down below there, and then all of a sudden the price is somewhere down around here, then as we've been discussing, what does that do? Well, that's putting the price right back into this area of the chart where it's already been. And as you know, not exactly a sign of genuine strength. Now, in the very near term, yeah, we started with it and we're going to end with it. I'm going to just do it very quickly. There is our resistance level. There's our support. Nice move up right there. Yeah, you guessed it. We started with some bull pennants, and we're going to end with a bull pennant pattern. If there can be a break to the upside, then the key battleground right up here, that area of resistance that I've talked about before, right up there at $5.50. So we'll see what happens. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. Like I said, it'll be later this week, Thursday, March 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope to see you there. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, do a couple things for me. Hit that like button. And if you're looking for a super free and easy way to support the channel, please hit that subscribe button, as it really does help out. So thanks for watching. Make sure you get signed up for the free class.